Today our new film is
The Black Demon.
Woman Paul Sturges' idyllic family
Vacation turns into a living nightmare when they
encounter a gigantic megalodon
shark that will stop at nothing to protect its territory. Stranded and under constant
attack. Paul and his family must somehow find a way to get back to shore alive before it strikes again.
The Black Demon begins by introducing the tales of the mythical shark that lives off the BAja coast. We get to know that the gigantic megalodon shark
has affected the sanity of several fishermen, and it was termed Il Demonero Negro by the locals.
A family offer travels to the Baja Peninsula on a work vacation. Paul Sturges is a proud employee at Nixon Oil. He heads the security division
and was on his way
to check the conditions on the Il Diamante oil rig. He hoped to revitalize the rig instead of decommissioning it. After reaching Costa Azul, Paul and Ionese are surprised that the hotel had been shut down. The town looks empty in general, and the people there stare at Paul and his family suspiciously. Paul interacts with a few strangers,
but they are not welcoming as they could be. When Paul mentions that he works for Nixon Oil
and the company is responsible for building the place, the strangers became furious. He indirectly blames Nixon Oil for the damage to the place. Ionese alleviates the situation
and asks Il Ray to help them locate an eatery.
While walking to the eatery, they notice how deserted the town is. There is a dark secret that the town was hiding. Upon reaching the food shack,
Paul decides to get the inspection of the oil rig done
and asks Ionese to find a decent hotel for them. Even though Ionese does not feel safe,
she agrees to it.
Thinking it is only a matter of a few hours, Paul locates the boat that is assigned to take him to the rig.
But after traveling halfway,
Chocolatito refuses to go any further, stating that he can feel bad vibes. He offers Paul to travel in a different motorboat
that he has kept ready. Paul travels to the oil rig alone and is shocked to see no one around.
Chato reveals
that some lucky crew members escape
while the rest are killed. He adds that the radio on the ring
does not function
and the calls previously made to the company go ignored. Nixon Oil knows about the rampant spillage but never solves it.
Later, Ionese discovers the safety reports and notices that the warnings are ignored, and Paul signs the documents. Ionese realizes that her husband knew about
the deteriorating conditions
of the oil rig all along,
but he chooses to look the other way.
When she confronts Paul, he admits his mistakes and adds that he did what he did to provide a better life for his family. His job would be at risk if he did not act according to the company's interests. In a way, he is forced to sign the reports, and he regrets losing his moral conscience during the
El Demonero is not just a megalodon. Chato believes the creature is a curse. The god of rain, Tlaloc, is considered the giver of life,
and his tears make up the oceans,
the rivers, and the lakes. When people take more than they need,
Tlaloc punishes them. Chato believes that El Demonero is not just a
creature, but an extension of the old gods. The ocean is constantly polluted, and Tlaloc is not happy about it. El Demonero is sent to teach humanity a lesson. The ones who encounter the creature see vivid visions that the god wants them to see.
Audrey sees dismembered body easel around her when she falls into the water, according to Chato. This is God's way of
holding humans accountable for their mistakes.
Meanwhile, Audrey and Tommy come up
with the idea of building a raft they could use. Paul prepares to dive underwater to protect his family. Before leaving, the family prays together,
along with Chato, hoping that Tlaloc will forgive them
and allow them the chance to leave safely.
While Paul works on executing his plan,
Chato, Ionese, Audrey, and Tommy board the makeshift raft. Paul goes halfway through his plan,
but has to devise an alternative.
After the Black Demon attacks him, the bomb is ticking, and he does not have much time to the end of the Black Demon.
Paul contacts his family
and says his last goodbyes. Paul hopes that Chato and the town's residents
will utilize the documents
he left behind to pursue justice and hold Nixon Oil accountable for the harm.
He leaves his watch for Tommy,
who has always dreamed of becoming a pirate. With the bomb attached to his body,
Paul is consumed by El Demonero,
and just as the bomb ticks, the creature is destroyed. His wife and children watch the bomb blow up from a distance. In the last shot of the Black Demon, we see a small wooden boat consisting of 5 small wooden figures drowning in the ocean. The same wooden boat
Tommy earlier floats on the sea
and asks forgiveness from Tlaloc. This drowning signifies the eventual demise of Paul, Tommy's father. At the film's end, to protect his family and to eliminate
the sea monster once and for all.
Paul decides to get down to the sea
and pulls at the bomb from one of the rig's legs. Then when the megalodon attacks Paul,
he intentionally gets devoured by it, and as soon as it finished him, the bomb eventually killed it when Paul is fighting with the giant sea monster.
his family, with Chato, a worker in Ile Diamante,
sets out for the shore in a house-made raft when they are far enough from the rig. A speedboat comes to their rescue,